Hello everyone, this is CANARY SIGNAL and my name is Anton. In our last video we shared the concept of Shafters, our cooperative survival horror game. We appreciate the intention and support for our idea. Today we want to talk about the technical foundation. Before we start drawing assets or coding complex mechanics, every team has to answer one fundamental question. What engine are we going to use? For an indie team, this isn't just a matter of preference. It's a strategic decision that affects the entire development speed and the final quality of the product. We evaluated three main options: Unreal Engine, Unity, and Godot. Let's work through our reasoning. Our first candidate was naturally Unreal Engine 5. It is an incredibly powerful tool, and frankly, we have experience with C++ in our team, so the language itself wasn't a barrier for us. However, we had to be realistic about our project needs. Shafters is a 2D top-down game. Unreal is an engine built primarily for high-end 3D photorealism and massive open worlds. Using Nanite or Lumen for 2D sprites is like using a space shuttle to go to the grocery store. We realized that even though we can code in C++, the engine overhead is massive. The workflow in Unreal is designed for large-scale 3D pipelines. Fighting against the engine to make it work efficiently for a 2D project would take up valuable time we should be spending on gameplay mechanics and atmosphere. So despite its power, Unreal was simply overkill for this specific task. Next, we looked at Unity. For a long time, this was the industry standard for indie development, especially for 2D games. It has a massive ecosystem and great tools. Technically, Unity would have been a fine choice, but in recent times the situation around the engine has become complicated. We aren't going to dig into specific scandals or cooperative news, but the general instability and frequent changes in their business policies raised concern for us. When you start a long-term project in stability, you need to be sure that the terms won't drastically change halfway through development. Unity is a closed ecosystem, and that lack of control over the future of our tools was a risk we decided not to take. We wanted a foundation we could rely on 100%. This led us to Godot. A few years ago, some might have considered it niche, but today Godot is rapidly gaining popularity in the indie segment, and for good reason. It has matured into a robust production-ready tool. Why did we choose it? Unlike Unreal, which steers 2D as flat 3D, Godot has a dedicated 2D engine. It works with pixel natively. It's lightweight, it launches instantly, and it doesn't have the bloat of larger engines. For the game we are making, this efficiency is key. The second one is architecture. Godot's node system is brilliant. Everything is a scene. A character is a scene, a weapon is a scene, a level is a scene. This modularity fits perfectly with our plan to procedural generation. It allows us to build complex systems for simple, reusable blocks. And the last one. Godot is free and open source under the MIT license. This means we fully own our technology stack. We have access to the source code, so if we hit a wall, we can fix it ourselves. There are no licensing fees and no corporate uncertainty. It gives us the peace of mind to focus entirely on development. Is Godot perfect? No engine is. We will have to build many specific systems from scratch, as the asset library isn't as vast as Unity's. But people often complain about Godot's 3D rendering capabilities compared to AAA engines. In our case, since we are developing a 2D game, this downside is completely irrelevant to us. We are trading out of the box features for total control and a lightweight workflow. For a small team making a complex atmospheric game, we believe this is the most constructive path. We are already porting our prototypes into Godot, and the initial results with the Lightning system, our core mechanic, are looking promising. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you are a developer, what criteria do you use to choose an engine? Let us know in comments. Subscribe to follow the development of Shafters. We are just getting started. And remember, we are grateful for your sacrifice.